Hi, I'm Dave with Caliber Equipment. What I'd like to do today is take a few minutes and talk about a very important part of your cleaning equipment, and that is the power. More importantly, battery-powered equipment. What we do at Caliber Equipment, we try to educate our customers about their equipment and the proper maintenance. Today's cleaning equipment comes in a wide range. You have corded electric equipment, and then there's battery-powered equipment. And even in battery-powered, there's a lot of different types. The smaller equipment, and we're seeing an improvement of lithium-ion battery, which this is what it goes in one of the small machines. Then the larger machines, there's AGM, which is also a maintenance-free battery. However, today we're going to focus on flooded batteries or wet acid batteries. These are the most popular type of batteries you're going to find in most auto scrubbers, sweepers, any kind of battery-powered cleaning equipment. And there's some basic procedures you should have in place to maintain the batteries. The battery on a machine, that's your engine, just like your car. We don't keep oil in the engine, we're going to have a damaged engine, very expensive. Same thing with these, we've got to make sure the water level is kept at the proper level. Let me show you two examples of machines that have batteries that are in very bad shape and then what they should look like. What we have here, this is a battery-powered Ryder scrubber that we had to bring into the shop from a customer's facility. And as you can see, this is not what you want to have. These batteries were not properly maintained. The water level in the cells is low. There's corrosion on all the cables. Some had come loose. And in fact, if they're loose, they could actually melt. So this is what you do not want to have. What we have here, this is a machine that we had brought in for a customer to have the batteries replaced. And as you can see, it's a completely different picture. These are new batteries. The cables are all correctly connected, properly secured, sealed up, nice and clean. This is what your battery compartment should look like, regardless if you have a 2-battery machine, 4-battery machine, or even a 6-battery machine. Now what I'd like to do is just take a couple minutes and talk about the flooded wet acid batteries, being that these are the most popular battery, been around for years. And you're going to see these in a wide range of machines, small machines with maybe 2 batteries, 4 batteries, or even 6 batteries. Again, these are called flooded wet acid batteries, but they're deep cycle. First and foremost, before you do any kind of maintenance on your machine, we want to make sure we're protected. Safety is very important. So rubber gloves and safety glasses you want to always have on prior to checking your batteries and doing any kind of maintenance. All these 3 batteries here, all are flooded batteries, but as you can see, they're all a little bit different. This particular one has got 3 individual vent caps, and this is where you would top off when it needs water to refill it up. This is the exact same machine, battery. It doesn't look the same, but this cover is actually pried off of here. And the way you can tell this is not a sealed maintenance-free battery, there's a little vent right here. All wet acid batteries that you're going to see have to have vents to let the gases come out, because when you're running the machine, the battery gets hot and it's going to let gases out. When you're charging it, it does the same thing. They heat up, you got to let the gases come out. So even though they all look a little different, they all are the same type of battery. You can see the 3 caps here. This one, you would pop this cover off, you'd have the cap or the cells here. This particular one has got kind of a speed cap where it just pops off, and all 3 are exposed. All of these caps that you see here, there's vents built into the caps, built into here, and built into the side. When batteries are made, they're filled with electrolyte or acid when they're first made. From that point on, the maintenance is done with distilled water. That's the best fluid to use in batteries, is distilled, because there's no minerals in it. And it just helps in the life expectancy of the battery. The other part is we need to keep the water level over the plates which are down inside of the batteries. In this case, you can see the liquid, and down deep you can see the lead plates. So the water level is over the batteries. Very important. What you don't want to do is run the machine or not check them over a period of time and that the water level from constant charging and running and gets below those plates, because it's going to expose them to air. They're going to start shorting out, and then you're going to lower or reduce the life expectancy of the battery. When you're going to check them and possibly top them off, We always want to do it after it's charged. So when you're done running your piece of equipment for the day, you plug it in, let the charger turn on. It'll go through the charge cycle, and depending on the size of the batteries and how many, could be 2 hours, 4 hours, or even 6 hours. Once it's done, it should automatically turn off your charger if it's a smart charger. Best time to check the water level is after it's charged, because again, when the machine's running, it lowers the water level down into the plate, so it goes down. When you charge it, it pushes it back up. So if I'm going to add a little bit of water just to top them off, I'm going to do it at the highest point versus the lowest point. Otherwise, when you charge it and you filled it up, you're going to get boil over. So very important to do it after it's been fully charged. Question we get, well, how often should I check it? Well, that all depends on how much you're running the machine. If you're running it every day and maybe you're 2 hours, 3 hours, you're running these batteries down, you may not have to add anything that first day or second day, but minimum once a week, it should be on a schedule that they're going to go through, check each one of these. Again, these are all separate cells. They're not connected, so we need to fill up each one individually. And we don't go all the way to the top. We just bring it up to the bottom of the little sleeve that you'll see inside when you open it up. As long as we're keeping those lead plates covered, the batteries are going to perform better and they're going to last longer. But as I said, do it after it's been charged, top it off when you need to, put it on a schedule once a week. By doing that, you're going to maintain the batteries better, extend the life of the batteries, and get the most out of them. All batteries have only so many cycles, meaning how many times can I charge it and recharge it. So if it doesn't need a charge, you run it for a little bit. Maybe you don't plug it in today, you wait till tomorrow. We want to draw them down and then fill them back up. That's the best way to get maximum life out of the battery, get the most out of the cycles. So water level, last thing is your cables. I always recommend every time you check the water level, either you may have a post style that slides onto a large post or maybe a bolt. Take that cable and just wiggle it. If it's nice and snug, you're in good shape. If it can move at all, you need to make sure it's tightened up, because if it's got a weak or a loose connection, electricity is going to have to work harder, it's going to get hotter, and it could heat up to the point literally to melt the lead post down in the battery. Now you have a damaged battery that has to be replaced. So just some basic tips. We're going to continue to try to put videos out and help you with how to better maintain your cleaning equipment. Hopefully this will help you understand it a little bit better. If you have any questions, give us a call. More than happy to answer those questions and hopefully make your equipment work better and last longer and reduce your costs. Remember, your batteries are probably the most expensive part of your machine, so we need to take care of them. Call us at Caliber Equipment if you have any questions. 888-550-0945. And thanks for watching. And check back. We're going to have a few more tips on YouTube.